Well, hello everyone, and welcome to HoGaLeSh Global Astrology. And
Again?
this is, yeah, again, we've had an absolute Rocky Horror Show backstage. Absolute Rocky Horror Show. We have never had this before, where it was all the microphones were echoing off, and like this is bizarre. Yeah, I don't have any extra mics. Lena doesn't have any extra mics. So of course, shout out to Sheila and Lady G. But when Sheila joined and when Lady G joined, it was just we just got this massive feedback, as if our microphones were all in the same room when we are hundreds of miles and thousands of miles apart. Lena is literally on the other side of the world. So we decided that to give you guys a show and to thank you guys for joining us, we're going to have to do it as a two-hander tonight. Yeah.
Well, we'll see how we go.
And let's just see.
Oh, I've got a...
I mean, Lena, has that ever happened to you before? Has that ever happened to you before?
No, but let's crack on.
We're going to crack on. We're going to crack on. So I had my tabs ready. I believe it or not, folks, I was actually ready early for the show. Had it all worked out, had all my clips, and then just absolute Rocky Horror Show. One thing I want to say before I forget, and I think it's important to mention, Lena, do you remember Jen Bushman? Did you ever collaborate? Yes. So you may know already, some friends of her show, and I think some personal friends of hers have been actually getting in touch with us, YouTubers. And Jen has had some severe health issues of late. I think she may have had open heart surgery. Forgive me if I'm wrong on that one. But there is a GoFundMe page, and I was actually approached last week, actually, or before last week. But when I was emailed, they forgot to send me the link, and then I was so busy, and I said, look, I'll do it on this show. So I'm just going to do a quick screen share, Lena, just so everyone can see Jen's link. So here it is. So I will put it, I think I've put in the video description already. I've already put in the video description, but just in case, you guys can actually go to that after the show. Let me just copy that number. And she's at 87% raised so far. So if you're able to donate to Jen's GoFundMe page, so she can basically... Oh, was that an echo?
I don't know. Oh, I've got an echo now.
Let's just go ahead.
We'll try.
All right. All right. Let's just see. Why did that go weird?
I don't know. Oh.
Oh my God. This is a nightmare, isn't it?
Isn't it?
Okay. Guys, are you okay with this level of echo, or should we just
Let's
stop?
try one question and we'll see if we can do it.
Oh, okay. Let's do this. Morocco has named a highway in honor of Trump. Was the invasion of the Spanish enclave coordinated in cahoots with the government as a way of undermining Spain? Did you hear that?
Sorry, a bit hard to concentrate.
Maybe that scream has stopped it. No.
No.
I don't know what to do. I think we're going to have to stop.
Yes, I think so, guys.
Because we can't talk with this echo. It was fine, and then I clicked on Jen Bushman's page, and then it just went.
Oh, someone
hope she's
noted the
okay.
screen share messed it up. Maybe,
Yeah.
but it's hard, isn't it?
All right, what we'll do, Lena, you leave and come back,
One more
and then
time.
I leave and come back, And if it's not done by then we just call it quits.
Okay, we'll give it one last shot, guys.
One last. Well, look at that. Now the echo has stopped. What does the universe want? Does it want me just to do a solo show tonight? I mean, what the hell?
Let's try. No. Testing.
Testing. You sound fine to me.
Oh.
Right, we're just going to go for it. No screen share, nothing. Just raw bareback. All right,
no, let's skip the highway. Next question.
Next question. All right. Let's talk about oh my god, my show's completely discombobulated. It was all numbered out, and we just have to go for it. All right, look here. Manuela says, "Dear Hoagie and ladies, or lady, yeah. My question today is if Putin will attack Poland or Germany in the near future, or will he rather be gone, or will he be gone before that? We have just now had a drone with explosives on an airport in Leipzig, Germany. Thanks so much. Love, Manuela." We'll do one card pull and then we'll just fill in where we can, even though it's going to be a two. Or maybe we pull two cards each.
Poland or Germany?
Yeah, let's do two cards each, Lena, to make it four.
Okay, yeah.
2 card pull, folks. You got to think on your feet when it's live TV.
Oh, no. All right.
WTF?
He must be under tremendous paranoid pressure at this point, you know.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, good to see the Canadians in the house.
Indeed. People are saying 2 microphones will cause echoes. Yes, they will, but we've only had one each, folks. The StreamYard is acting as if we're all in the same room, but we're not. We're hundreds and thousands of miles apart. Anyway, 2 card pull. Let's just go with it. Something weird's going on. I hope Jen's okay, you know, because spirit. I see that as a message.
All right. Shall I kick off, Hoagie?
Go for it. 2 card pull. Putin.
Okay. Not cards I expected. So I got the 2 of Cups. Friends, respect, and the victory card. Now, what I think this means is, given it's a limited number of cards, I think I don't think Germany's on his radar, but Poland is a possibility. But I think this is saying Poland's got friends. The EU, the new revamped NATO, is not going to tolerate an invasion of Poland. So in other words, Poland would be able to successfully resist. And they're already trying in bibs and bobs, but I think that's quite positive. It took me a moment to work it out, but that's what I think it means.
No, it's all good. Here, let me just turn this off to the side. I've got the Hanged Man. So this is really interesting for a card for Putin, because it's almost like he is literally hanging around, isn't he? But there's a lot that's changing around him. And what we're seeing here, he's getting a new perspective, a new insight. But Lena, as you would often interpret with this card, you sometimes refer to this card as the willing sacrifice. Is Putinshka reaching the point where he's prepared to sacrifice something or someone, me wonders? Then here we've got the 8 of Wands, which is the card of speeding up. You know, it can also talk about entrepreneurship. But when I'm reading on politics, particularly in this day and age, I associate the 8 of Wands with also missiles, yeah? But this could also be drones. So I'm thinking, like, as we've seen, Ukraine has been very successful of late, hitting deep into Russia, haven't they? So I feel like these drone attacks are giving Putin another perspective. So maybe he might be able to be prepared to sacrifice something. Is it the war? Is Putin prepared to
Crimea? Will he have to sacrifice Crimea? No one can get petrol in Crimea.
Ooh, well, there you are, folks. You heard it on this space eventually. Look how we're having to improvise here. One card pull is becoming two card pull. It may as well be three. You know. We may as well do three card pull each because at least then we've got the chance of completing the story.
Yes, we'll see how we go.
All right, we're going to go to FIFA. So basically, what's coming up? We've got FIFA. We've got questions. Yeah, we've got to talk about FIFA. We've got questions. People are saying, would Trump's death improve America or make it worse? Trump's decline be ignored. Will moderate Dems convert? We've got to read on Fetterman, of course, and of course the good news of Abdul-El Sayed. So let's just go through. Let's do FIFA Infantino. Oh my God! So this is coming from Nick Minks.
You know, as a context for American viewers or those who don't follow football, FIFA, the organisation, has had a name for corruption since day one, right? It's notorious. It's had corrupt leaders before. But Infantino has taken it to, he's like the Trump of FIFA. He's taken it over the edge of acceptability.
Yeah.
And then he wanted to sell it. Remember, 2 weeks ago, he was trying to sell shares in international football, and everyone, all the European countries said, we won't play. We will.
Which is good, which would have just completely kiboshed the whole thing. It would have been worthless, you know, not having Real Madrid or, you know, France playing.
Or Germany, Netherlands, any of the big heavy.
Yeah, any of the big ones, Not that the other nations aren't good. Of course, they're brilliant as well. But European football is bigger than the World Cup, in my opinion. It's
the
massive.
Concentration of power and influence.
Absolutely. So FIFA press Infantino looks like the villain from Thunderbirds. Nick Minks is saying has been caught out scheming to sell off World Cup. Unsurprisingly, the company involved is owned by Jared Kushner's brother. Oh, with the increasing backlash ongoing, will he be ousted? And then someone just living my life said, what do you see for FIFA? So let's do FIFA Infantino. Is he going to be... Yeah. 3 cards each. 3 card pull. Let's see what we get.
All right.
Infantino. And thank you for those of us that are joining us, and thank you for your patience and stuff like that.
Thank you so much for persevering with us. Oh my God. FIFA.
Is this a message from the
universe?
It's
so strange that his name should be Infantino.
I know, infamous, exactly, infamy Infantino, infamous Infantino. Let's see what's going on.
Well, okay, I can kick in if you like.
Go for it.
FIFA and Infantino get the Hierophant, and usually that's politics and organised religion and things like that. Well, of course, football is a religion in many countries. But it's like he's being held to account now. He's too far out of line. And the Sun card, which I loved seeing, which I think means end of. And it's not just a matter of Infantino going. It has to reinvent itself. FIFA has to reinvent itself and protect itself from this shallow thinking, big egos. You know, half the kids in the world playing football barefoot while the others are driving 7 cars at the same time. You know, the wealth inequality of football reflects the rest of the world. So I think that's what needs to be done with FIFA. The Sun.
Wow. Yeah, no, that's a really good point. So for Infantino, I get an interesting card, but I think it's telling a story. So here we get the 6 of Wands. Yeah, normally the card associated with victory and stuff like that. So I think this is like Infantino was marched in. Oh, I am the new brush that will sweep everything clean. It's almost like it's like corruption. What corruption?
Yeah.
Me?
What?
I'm Infantino the innocent. Don't you know? Yes, there he is. However, this was quickly proven with the Seven of Cups to be an utter delusion. Yeah,
Yes.
FIFA has been corrupt as ever, and like Lena said, like Infantino. We thought Sat Blatter was bad. Yeah,
Oh,
Infantino.
we all thought he was the worst.
Infantino has just taken his list. In a way, this Seven of Cups here is like a good metaphor, yeah, for his levels of corruption. All of the different pots and pies and different interests that he's got in there. It's completely discombobulated. And then, just in case we weren't sure, we've got here the smug merchant, yeah, the Nine of Cups. This can be a card of wish fulfillment, but it can also talk about greed, yeah, in the shadow, corruption. Does it mean he's going? I don't know. I feel like, in a way, maybe football is a bit too corrupt, too self-satisfied with itself to maybe go that far. But it's certainly gaudy baubles everywhere, and at least he's had a slap back. He's had a slap back. Anything to add to that, Lena, before we move on?
No, I think we should move on.
All right, perfect. So let's go to. So we tried to start out with the Moroccan road question, but we're skipping that. Right,
Yeah.
we got some good news. Yeah, we got good news.
Lucky I'm sitting down.
Oh, I know, indeed. We got some good news. So, Willow Hedgewell is watching the USA primaries. It's refreshing to see new and younger faces. It seems the
Yes.
new candidates are not taking APAC dollars. And then I drew a little arrow here, down here, because this is connected. And this is Francis Sabina. Will the Democratic moderates join the progressive movement after the primary elections yesterday in order to win the House and Senate in November? Now, I had all things lined up where I had all these articles and all of this kind of stuff, and I was going to read you guys some text, but obviously we had the absolute nightmare going on. So 3-card pull, Lena. Will the Democratic moderates or centrists join the progressive movement after the primary elections yesterday in order to win the House and the Senate in November? Can they be converted?
It's a really important question.
Yeah, really important. Do you want to do 3 cards, or do you want to do a full card pull?
Well, let's just see what comes out. Let's just
Sure.
I think Dems. What's going to happen with the centrist Dems? Oh, I'm going to stop there. I think the universe does like a little joke.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. Okay. Now, let's back up for a moment. It's going, I think, for both parties, let it go on the record here, regardless of what happens in the midterms, right? There's full 2 years till the next big election. And I think both parties are going to have post-mortems. Both parties are going to have to fight it out between their wings, right? But this question is about, will they pull together for the midterms? I don't think so. This is the centrist to me. They've foxed themselves into this corner. Oh, this isn't the card of joining together. Oh, you got the 6 of
Lena, stop. Lena, stop.
Oh, I know. And the Hanged Man. So these are not cards of pulling together, right? No. These are cards of, we'll just limp through, we'll just get there, just keep everything as it is, we'll just scrabble over the line. So the cards speak.
God, I mean, you can't make it up. And I had a clip lined up, which was Fetterman basically saying, unless I would share it, but I don't even want to even.
Yeah, I know.
Right. but I had everything lined up, and basically, Fetterman, to kind of paraphrase, was saying, if anyone in the Democratic Party basically says that they do not want AIPAC money and they're not going to support Israel, then he says then I should leave, and that they're basically not Democrats. I mean, it's just like
they're starting to out themselves in that way. James Carville, the great strategist, the Raging Cajun, as he used to be called, all of that, go, oh, no, count me out if there's any of this, you know.
Really?
Stuff. Yep. Anyway, that's him.
Fascinating. So, yeah, looky here. Look, I get the Six of Swords. And as Lena says, this is not the card of unity, folks. This is trying to move through the waters. I think, I've just had a hit. Could it be, rather than these people saying that they can no longer call themselves Democrat for their stance, maybe they need to go and form their own party? Maybe it should just be called the AIPAC Party or whatever, or the Lobbyist Party or something like that. Would they maybe leave and maybe forge something on their own? We'll have to see. We look here, the next card we get is the Justice card. So this could be a bit of SCOTUS going on here, but also as well, I think this to me also says that this is almost kind of like a legal reckoning. For me, in a way, the Justice card can also be like a judgment, yeah, passing from on high. They're gonna have to get their alphabet sorted out. Let's put it that way. They're really gonna. I think it's reaching the point now where shall we say, the moderate or corporate Dems, I think they all need to come out of the closet and just be like, look, this is who we are. Come hell or high water, vote for us whether you want to or not. However, how's it going to go for them? Not great. Yeah, not great. Here we see the Ten of Swords. I think with the progressives winning, if we think, of course, do you remember, Lena, how we were discussing Mamdani? And I said how Mamdani would become this beacon. And by him just succeeding and just doing his job, it would kind of put to death a lot of this rubbish. And we've now got Abdul-El Sayed. He's not won yet, of course, but he's won the primary. So I'm feeling like, these kind of corporate Dems, I don't know. I don't think it's looking good for them. If we look here, we also here, what do we have? We've got the Sun card. Yeah, exposure. It's all coming out. The light is being shone on these people. And I think what it means here, we've got the Strength card here. So it says to me that the progressive movement is gaining in strength. I think it's gaining in strength. I think the days are numbered of the, milk toast, as they would say, wishy-washy Dem stuff. I think they're going to be replaced by something stronger. Anything you want to add to that, Lena?
No, not for now. I could go on. Okay.
All right. Let's go to question. Well, in a way, it's already been answered, but let's ask it directly. So Francis Sabina says, good afternoon from Puerto Rico to Hogarth and the beautiful ladies. Question, what do you see happening to Fetterman from Pennsylvania now that he has stated that any Democrat that is under DSA and any other Democrats that do not support Israel should not be identified as the Democratic Party if they do? Is he considering flipping party? Love and blessings to you all. So this will be more like on Fetterman particularly.
Yes, let's have a look, because he is a curious character.
He is.
He started off so promising, talking truth to power and doing that. We all sort of liked him for a minute, and then he just went very strange.
Yeah,
he's not a well man, of course.
And did you see, Lena? He was wearing a suit when he was speaking on that TV.
Oh, well, there's the answer to the question, isn't it, really?
Yeah, I was like, I'd share it with you guys, but I daren't go there. Spirit is just not having it. It's just not tonight, folks.
Not tonight. Going forward.
Fetterman. What are you going to do? You're going to do a 3-card pull, or you're going to do a bit less or a bit more?
I don't know.
All right. I'm going to go 3 for Fetterman.
All right. Okay, shall I start, Hogan?
Yeah, go for it.
All right. Now, the Page of Wands came out first. This was my Michelle Obama card back in the day, and I thought this is the compelling speaker. So I think this is those who were speaking out in support of Gaza, or those candidates who are reliant on APAC money. I think it's that voice speaking out. And he has responded by saying, "No, not me. This is it." He believes in the cause or whatever, but very direct, no nonsense, no complexity, just my way or the highway. I think with this Queen of Cups here, he's making these decisions very emotionally. These are not, actual, I don't know what I'm trying to say here, but my feeling is he's much more emotional than he appears. Like, he comes across as the tough guy, but he's not. And like a lot of men, particularly MAGA men and other men, they're all emotion. That's all they run on, So there's all this water around him. And speaking of water, I think he's putting the feelers out to be embraced by the other side. But I'd just like to finish that off for a second by saying I would rather he did that and just go GOP than remember cinema and Joe Manchin, and don't stay as a Democrat and act like a Republican. I think that's more destructive and worse. So off you go, pet. Explore your options.
Oh man, it's so funny. I pulled my cards, and I mean, sometimes what it's like, Lena. You pull the cards and they're quite subtle, and you've got to work it out. And then sometimes the cards are just like graffiti. Sometimes the cards are just like, I've just got graffiti here. So here we go. I pulled 3 cards and I pulled 3 clarifiers. First card out, the Fool. Yeah, we got the Fool here. So of course, sometimes the Fool can mean literal foolishness, but it doesn't always mean that. It really is talking about a leap of faith and embarking on a new journey. So here, what this says to me here is that Fetterman is considering taking the jump, taking the leap.
Yeah,
he's really thinking about it, guys. He's like, I'm going to change. If we look here, I've got the Queen of Wands. This card has been coming out repeatedly for me of late. The Queen of Wands is the card of like collaboration, negotiation, the salon. I also associate it with business deals, but backroom business deals as well, because the little black cat shows that there's an element of secrecy here. He has already been talking with his benefactors and probably setting up deals in the background. Why else would this t-shirt wearing guy suddenly be showing up on TV wearing a suit looking like it's been cut from tent fabric, to be honest? But anyway, I won't cuss him on the style, but Fetterman in the suit turning up on Forbes, I'm like, all right. So, and then just in case we weren't sure, look at this. Yep. Look at this. I mean, it's just like 8 of Cups. Yeah, 8 of Cups. Yeah, he wants to leave. He wants to leave. I think what will happen. Just go. Yeah, just go. He does want to be there. When I pull the clarifiers, here he is, the umming and ahhing, 2 of Swords. Should I stay or should I go? Yeah, he's trying to muster up the strength. Yeah, he's trying to muster up the strength to what? Join the dictatorship. Yeah.
Yes.
He's mustering.
Look at that.
Mustering up the strength, yeah, to join the dictatorship, umming and ahhing. Yeah, he's working out how much he's going to be paid. You know,
And
it's just
here's
out
the
there.
thing. He's got to be careful because I don't know that they want him.
Yeah, they might not want him at all. I'm just going to bring in a bit of the audience here. And again, thank you so much for supporting us through all our travails. Like, let me tell you guys, it's like live TV. Oh, there is a reason why, even on live news, they have a 5-minute delay, guys. Do you know that? They have a 5-minute delay because live is a high wire act. Anyway, so someone says, Edith says, could it be the space junk hitting the moon?
Maybe.
Could well be. Spirit Woman says, you guys are the best. Beekeeper Terra, oh, thank you, says, amazing effort, guys.
Hi,
Oh,
Alan.
oh, hello.
Check out Alan's channel when you've got time, viewers. Wonderful.
Ooh, I'll have a little look. Maybe I'll do a collab with him as well. That would be good. Tamara says, yes, it was Musk's SpaceX debris that hit the moon. And it really did hit the moon. Eagle says, StreamYard has audio option relating to echo cancellation. Yeah, we tried all of that. It failed. KN says, sounds like StreamYard had its own microphone causing issues. Yeah, absolutely. Tickling Light said, it's the platform. And then someone here, Kathy, said so much better because obviously it's settled down. But the casualties have been Lady G and Sheila tonight. It's just like, you can't make this stuff up. You just can't. All right, so that's Fetterman. All right, now we get into the really juicy stuff. So let's see here. So we looked at will Dems convert. Here we are. We got two Trumpy questions which have just come in. First one, now in a way we kind of know the answer to this, but I want to see what the cards have to say. So Trump's decline. So are the felon Trump cabinet, House and Senate GOP, ignoring his obvious mental decline because many of them are getting away with shady dealings, misappropriating public funds, etc.? And if Trump is removed, could it be discovered? So basically, are they ignoring the glaring stuff because they're lining their own pockets?
Yes. Well,
do you have a thought, Lena? Something controversial?
Yes. Yeah, I'll keep it to myself for now.
All right, well, maybe divulge after the cards have come out.
So we're basically talking about his cabinet. Oh my goodness. Okay, well, I've changed decks.
Oh, yeah.
To the wonderful Japaridze deck. Anyway, what comes out first? We're talking about the inner workings, right? Trump's immediate cabinet lackeys. Well, look at this image. Right? So this is the Five of Gardens, which is Five of Pentacles.
Oh, it's like someone hung on the street.
Yeah, down and out. Oh, I think there's a little bit of tension behind the scenes. Yeah. Oh, whoops. They've covered for him all this time. You know, they've embarrassed themselves. They've prostituted themselves at every opportunity, only to find they're going to be pierced in the heart. Look at that.
Wow. Fascinating.
Yeah.
All right. So this is so remarkable. And you know, folks, when I always say, if cards repeat, Spirit is trying to make a point. And Lena, on my last show on Monday, no matter how much I shuffled the decks, for all the questions, I probably answered about 7 questions and pulled about the same 5 cards. I was just like, oh my God, what is going on? So if we look here, I think I'm getting the story here, the background story. So look who comes back, 6 of Wands. So with Trump's second victory, because we know it was assisted, but this is Trump riding in, like, oh, I'm back again, We look here, Eight of Pentacles, they immediately got to work. They were like, right, Project 2025, all of these projects that we've been working on for decades, we're going to let rip, because the beast is back in. Here, we've got the Fool card comes back. They were like, right, that's it. Brand new world. We're just going to leap off. We're going to dive into Project 25. Devil may care. We don't give a shit anymore. Since then, look, Three of Cups, they've been toasting, celebrating, partying, doing all of this kind of stuff. However, if we look here with the Knight of Swords, no, not the Knight of Swords, the Page of Swords. There's a bit of an enemy in the camp here. Things are a bit snippy behind the scenes, briefing against each other. So I don't think it's as happy as they would like it to be. And then look, my profile, Wheel of Fortune. This midterms energy is kind of like, If we look here though, they're still trying to be smug. They're still playing the stock market and all of that kind of stuff. But it looks like they might need a bit of strength. They're going to have to dig deep into their reserves. So I think they've been sitting pretty for a while. They are snipping at each other, but the main thing that's been uniting them is the greed. But I think their fortunes are going to change. Anything to add to that, Nina?
Libby from Maester's Tarot says here, I read, meaning she reads, the Five of Pentacles as financial, moral, and ethical corruption. Couldn't agree more.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's that they have not got an ethical fibre in their being.
Indeed. All right, so this is an interesting one, and oh god, it's been so funny because I had everything numbered out. I knew
I know.
And we're on question number 8 already because it's been such a hard pressure. And of course, we've gone from 2 to 4. Only 50% of the usual lineup has survived. So we're 50% quicker than before. But it means we can ad lib, and it means as well that we can take questions in live. Now, this is a good one, actually, the more you think about it. So Trina again, she says, things often get worse before they get better. Will Felon Trump's death be the start of the worst situations or the end of it? So I think let's do full card, Paulina. Once he exits stage left, whenever that is, will that be the end of it, or will it make things worse?
And I think the same's happening too with Putin and Netanyahu, and stuff. These guys are symbolic, Trump going. Oh, it's fun just to read on.
And Staran Flurry says, you've all done plenty of shows that have worked fine. This is a new and unusual issue. Yeah, that was weird. Oh, and someone said, what happened? Let's just see. I'll just put a bit of chat there for peeps. Someone's asking, will we have an internet blackout this year? Well, never know. We might have been having the precursors. Let's just see. Trump's demise. End it or make it worse.
All right, so I just love saying it, so in a post-Trump world, I'll just let that sit for a moment, loving it. Okay, now here's what I want to say about that. It's a bit iffy, which way to go, because I don't think they've actually got a plan. Superficially, they have a plan. J.D. Vance, the smoky-eyed sociopath, as the vice president, would fill in the gap immediately. But after that, they don't have a plan. They're still arguing and weighing up what would be their best way forward. They're in it for the graft. Look at this. They're confused and deluded. Fool's gold. They're only thinking about feathering their own nests. They're incapable of public service, and it's their decisions are not about who would be the best leader. It's who will let me get away with the most. They're so shallow and filthy. 2 more cards. The moon, and in the Japarize it's this weird eye with sort of tendrils.
Oh, yeah.
With the moon, meaning things are really unclear. They've got confusion. The moon. So we're asking these questions, but they're not asking these questions. They don't know. And here's the death card. Okay, so because they can't decide and because they can't pull together, one thing the GOP's always been brilliant at, right, is putting up a united front in the face of anything. But this is a new generation of corrupt high flyers, and they don't have that pattern behind them. They don't have even that residual idea of unity. So they can't actually unify. It will be the death of the party.
Wow. Wow. Fascinating. So my cards, although different, are echoing Lena's. So if we look here, look who's back. Yeah. Smoke Merchant. You see, I keep shuffling the cards.
Get away from the money.
You see, it's all about them, their greed and their dreams and ambitions and whatever it is. This has just been the gravy train of gravy trains. Yeah, that's all they're interested in. Where they're getting all that greed and stuff. Look, the Hierophant from the government. Yeah, from the government. This is also as well where they're kind of also getting their money supply from religious groups and organizations as well. Fill in the blanks. Yeah. When you look here. Normally, this would be a Joe Biden card, wouldn't it? The King of Cups. But it's in this instance here. I think this is kind of talking about how so much of this is run on emotion, because the Shadow of the King card can also talk about emotional manipulation as well.
Absolutely.
It can be sinister. Basically, when the King of Cups goes bad, it can go really gaslighty. Very, very gaslighty. So for me here, I'm like, bunch of gaslighters. Just in case you weren't sure, magician, yeah, they're manipulating everything, using every trick and tool in the book. We've seen here how Trump as well, but not just him, he's not quite bright enough to do it himself, but they've been manipulating the markets. He gives news on the Friday. A client of mine just gave me an inside scoop and was basically saying that there's an algorithmic element to the markets, and when Trump says certain keywords on a Friday, that kind of goes into, it's like a signal.
Goes great.
Yeah, and it goes, oh yes, happy do-da-da. Good news on a Friday, bad news on a Monday. Yeah. By Wednesday, he's done a U-turn, and then it's good news again on Friday.
Yes,
I mean, it's
exactly.
It's just bonkers. We are living in crazy times. If we see here, we've got the Two of Wands, the Two of Wands. But you notice here is the globe. So I think also as well, these people, they're looking at the bigger picture. They're looking beyond Trump. They're looking to see what opportunities they can get, international deals, particularly if you think of Jared Kushner, for entertainment purposes only. This could be him standing there trying to make the world his oyster. Pull some clarifiers. Look, Four of Pentacles, it's just all about holding on, grifting. Page of Pentacles, what's going to be the next money story? But look, goes to the Wheel of Fortune.
Oh, damn. This is all part of the big story.
Yeah. So it means they're on tenuous times, guys. They have to fill their buckets as fast as they can because everything's changing.
Yes, I just want to add here from Winnie Boo, Republicans have the votes to pass Todd Blanche. And I've been saying for a few weeks they are going to confirm this man.
Yeah, they will. And it's, even though it's not news people want to hear, but it's like, Anne says, I got the Devil and Four of Cups.
Yeah.
And then Lenny says, what happened to the other two? Bless, she's laughing. We had a disaster, a catastrophe. As the French would say, it went so badly off the skids we had to abort the first show, and then we came back on and we were still getting echoes and stuff like that. So it's a two-hander tonight, and Spirit calmed down. I don't know what's going on. Someone says here, Platinum says, you're being attacked from the outside. Yeah, it certainly feels like it. And then Deborah says, my screen's flashing on my phone. Storms in Pennsylvania. Do you know what? You know what, Lena? You know what's going to happen? After we've done this show, I bet we're going to find some big news that's happened in the world or something like that.
There we go.
Maybe somebody died, you know. Maybe somebody died. That's what I'm thinking. So, basically, we used up the questions. Yeah, can you believe it?
Yes. There was one here before about Schumer we can look at. So
What was it?
two of Chuck Schumer's appointees have just lost their races. Now, let's have a little look at Schumer because, you know, he has a reputation in the sense of representing the old guard, not really being up for the fight, you know.
Shall we do a bit of Shakespeare on Schumer as well? What do you reckon?
Yeah, love that.
Let's fling in a bit of Shakespeare here.
Schumer.
And at the moment, there's over 1,600 of you here joining us.
That's impressive, considering what a ridiculous start we had to it.
Kids, and it was, wow, never had that before. It was as if we were all in the same room. So there must be something going on, obviously, with StreamYard. Oh, man. Maybe it's time for me to do more pre-recorded videos, because it's just, when you're live and stuff goes wrong, it's really difficult. Anyway, never mind.
Yes.
We made it. Schumer.
Ooh, okay. This is what I got for Schumer.
Wait for it, Lena. Schumer.
Well, in this is a high wire act, right? Juggling while on the high wire. Should be his job description, really. You know, he's trying to keep the balls in the air. He also gets the moon card. I think he thought he would finish his career. That's a very long career. And it would just go in a particular fashion, but the moon is making it unclear how this high wire act is going to end for him. He also gets the magician because his role is very important. He has a huge amount of power. And with the magician, you can use the power for good or evil, or for manifesting, or for doing harm, or whatever. I'm not saying he's the most vengeful guy or anything. What I'm saying is I think he's using all his powers to stay in instead of doing something. Right? So he's using up all his goodwill and his credit points. He's in for a battle. Ooh. I don't think this is before the midterms. I think this is that 26 to 28 period. I don't know if he's going to survive the gladiatorial onslaught of the progressives. So I see that as his trajectory. Ooh, clinging on for now, but not past 2028.
Oh, juicy, Lena, and I would agree with you. Joy Rico says, why did Elon hit the moon anyway? Yeah, one of his stray rockets, as if we don't have enough issues with space debris. So one of his rockets has hit the moon, and you guys would have seen I did a video on the eclipses, yeah? And I particularly looked at Elon's eclipse, where the eclipse is falling for him, and it's ruining all of his SpaceX and everything like that. And of course, eclipses are caused by what? The shadow of the moon combined with the nodes. And it's the way that art and life can imitate certain things and talk about, it's just remarkable. It's just remarkable. This is interesting for Schumer, particularly when you see which card comes back. I'm probably going to have to get a clarifier on it. So far, look, Schumer has just been celebrating, partying, kind of like coasting along. Yeah.
Mm.
He's been what I would refer to as a Vaseline Democrat for the longest time. And for him, though, but what this tells me, yeah, what it tells me, what's really important for him, I think it's the status, it's the parties, it's the connections, it's the schmoozing. He is very smooth. I'm not a fan, but has a certain elan when he's around his people. He's very comfortable, isn't he? He's very comfortable, and I think they see him as, the one who's good to talk to. Slippery, but anyway, never mind. If we look here, we get the Queen of Swords, right? I think this is the Democratic base.
Interesting.
Getting a bit more sharp, getting a bit more critical. I think the Democratic base are like, you know what? I think we're tired of this rubbing shoulders and schmoozing and nothing happening. The situation's a little bit too dramatic for that now.
Yeah.
So here, this says to me as well, this is more critique coming in. People are starting to observe with a sharper eye and sharper tongue. If we look here, we've got the Hermit card. I think this is, in a way, I feel like this is the soul of the Democrat Party. I feel like this is the base really searching itself. Yeah, searching within itself, really asking itself, who do we want to represent us? Yeah, because there's all the schmoozing Chuck Schumer, but now there's this more critical perspective, and now we're getting the introspection. We look here. This is so interesting. I get the Three of Wands. Remember before it was the Two of Wands? This literally has become my card for the Strait of Hormuz, which of course is affecting absolutely everything. And as someone's saying here, Mike says the USD is crashing by design. Everything costs more, but there's no inflation. Just say that to yourself over and over, and as you go shopping, everything costs more, but there's no inflation. Yeah, but why does it
fascinating, isn't it?
Yeah, because of what? The Strait of Hormuz. Does Chuck Schumer care? No, he's a multi-millionaire. He's going to be in fur and diamonds for years. And then if you look here, with the Strength card comes back yet again. So I feel like this is talking about the Democratic electorate are going to have to dig deep. But I also feel like the progressives on the Democratic Party, everyone's going to have to dig deep here because it's all about these midterms. Yeah, I think it's all about these midterms. So for me, even though the question was about Schumer, I feel like Schumer was there, but it's more of what is going on within the Democratic base. Would you agree, Lena?
Yes, I totally agree. Are we going to do the Bard on Schumer?
Yes, let's do it. Come on, let's do it.
In the chat, someone reminded us of the Bard on Susan Collins. You juggler, you canker blossom. So let's do it on Schumer.
Let's see. So, Lena, you know the routine. Tell me where to stop and we'll get the Bard's opinion on Chuck Schumer.
Stop.
Ooh, how interesting. Listen to this. This is really interesting. Okay, so this is from Romeo and Juliet, and then I'll read you on the other page. The first part, Romeo and Juliet says, "Out, you green sickness carrion. Out, you baggage, you tallow face." Yeah.
Ouch. Right.
There's that. And then on the next page, it says, how ill white hairs become a fool and a jester.
Oh, that's really the money ball, isn't it?
Yeah, so surfeit, swelled, so old and so profane. Oh,
my word. Because he has had a hugely important career. Some of his speeches have been marvellous over the years, you know, all this stuff. But they've reached the limit of the 1980s, 90s corporate Dems. It's the end of a cycle now everywhere, not just America. We're having the same issues in Australia. Our Labor Party is just such a limp dish rag.
Oh, no. And you were so optimistic, weren't you, Lena, when they got in? You were so full of
Oh,
hope.
not so much up. I was massively relieved and surprised because they got a real mandate. And I thought it'd be enough to push the very boring Albanese into action. No, no. So they've squandered this lead. And my point is, I think it's the same everywhere. Labor, i.e. the Dems, have to shift.
Right. Well, Lena, we've got 5 minutes to go. You know what? Let's go there because we're now over the hump of the middle of the year. June seems like a distant memory. July, oh, whatever.
I know.
And
it's only 80 days or something to the midterms.
pretty much. But as we're in August, let's do it. Let's just do a read
Yeah.
on the energies around the midterms. Now, obviously, guys, this will change as we get closer. But I just want to see what you get, Lena. Let's just pull the midterms, yeah?
Yeah, just the midterms.
The midterms. And I'm going to pull 5. You pull however many you feel you need. The midterms.
Oh, goodness. All right. Oh, all majors.
Really?
4 cards, all majors.
Gee whiz, that's big news.
Now,
What do you have, Lena?
Justice, which speaks to it, which also to me says this could be a legal recount or something like that. Some major legal issue around the midterms. Finding the balance with temperance. I think we're going to see the best and the worst of politicians. I think this represents the best in the sense of finding a balance between what people need and want as citizens and what they're being offered, because there's this big disconnect. People are saying it's the cost of living, it's the cost of living, and no side is actually addressing that as deep as it needs to go, is what I'm fumbling to say. The people will judge. Here's the judgment card. Waking up America. So please, everyone, make sure you're registered, that all your paperwork's up to date, and help someone else do it. But the sun. So I think there'll be legal hold-ups, delays, recounts, all that sort of thing. But I'm loving the sun card here. What did you get?
Said, you find my cards very interesting. I think Marianne says Elon hit the moon because he can't clean up after himself. And then Betsy says, hello, can you please put up the link for Jen's GoFundMe link? Yes, so that's going to put, I think it's in the video description already, but don't quote me on that. I'll put it up after the show, or you can literally Google, if you type in Jen Bushman GoFundMe, it will also come up as well. I don't dare click on anything else, not now. It was just anyway. Spirit is literally been like this. Anyway, midterms. I had to pull some clarifiers. It's gonna be hard work, guys. I mean, I can't sugarcoat it. Yeah, look, it's gonna be hard work. We've got Duck Larange, who's basically openly, nakedly saying he's probably not even going to accept the results. Apparently, he made that in a speech, and it wasn't even put on a lot of the main broadcast networks because they were like, "My God, Grandpa, what is he saying?" So it's going to be effort, guys. It's going to be effort. Everyone, just get out and vote, vote, vote. No matter the problems or obstacles that are put in your way, it's going to be worth it. This also means as well, it's going to be discombobulated in some way, maybe not as straightforward as it should be, yeah? Because here,
absolutely,
tie up the bundle and carry it more efficiently, yeah? So I think this is, for me, the way I see this is the regime trying to make it as difficult as possible to vote, yeah? Putting as much burden as they can. Look who comes back. You guys see how much I shuffle the cards. The Queen of Wands is back again and back again. You would think I've only got 5 cards in my deck.
I know, it's amazing, isn't it, how that happened?
It's amazing. So what is this? The way I'm associated with this, because the card is coming up so consistently. This is backroom business deals. This is what I'm calling this now. The ones are the business suite in general anyway, but the cat shows that element of secrecy. It also came up as well for Fetterman, and I can't remember who else and not Schumer, someone else. Anyway, backroom deals. So this is also, they're getting big business involved, yeah? How can they make it more difficult? They're consulting big business. If we look here, I think this is what they want to do to the electorate.
Yeah,
I wish I could
that's their aim.
That's their aim. Yeah? They want to confuse everyone. They want to entangle everyone. And you see here how the 8 of Swords is also echoing the 10 of Wands. Yep. We look here. Oh gosh, I wish my cards were better. But look, we've got the 5 of Cups here. So there is an element of people. What we have to fight is despondency. Yeah. People need to fight despondency. We also need to remember as well, in the last election, remember, a lot of people did not vote. Yeah, a lot of people did not vote. So everyone has to come out. But also as well, I think this is just talking about how people are feeling in general, the inflation, the economy. They're like, oh God, what's all this? However, if we look here, we got the 2 of Swords. So again, there is still some umming and ahhing going on. There are still some people that are not yet decided.
I mean, it's like, unbelievable to me. Yeah.
How can there be people that are still undecided? Like
a lot of people. A lot of people. Oh, will I or won't I? I know.
Will I, won't I? Will I vote, won't I vote?
But I think the statistic that shocked me most after the last national election, 90 million eligible voters didn't vote.
Ooh.
More than voted for Democrats, more than voted for Trump. More than thing. That's 90 million who couldn't be asked, right? Like, couldn't find the difference between them.
Wow. Oh. It's remarkable. Remarkable. Oh, what's that? Did you just say something?
Something technical.
I know, Bron. So here I put some clarifiers on why are they struggling, yeah? Why are they struggling to make a decision? People are just not liking what's on offer.
Yeah.
You know, they're just not, which is understandable. 4 of Cups, they're not liking what's on offer. But I mean, come on, like, if you're not going to do it for anything, then vote anti-Trump for at least the gas prices and the food prices. You know, just on that alone. We see here, look, Ace of Cups, highly emotional times, highly emotional. So we've still got a lot of emotional voting or not. But this gives me a bit of hope. Look, the Fool is back. So some people may just take a leap of faith and be like, screw it. We just need to end this. And maybe they might go in.
They could be first-time voters too with the Fool.
Yeah. This could be first-time voters, with the Fool. So there we are, Lena. We managed to make it through the hour. Oh,
thank you guys for hanging in. Love you.
We have 1,755 of you, and please as well do continue to still support the channel and stuff like that. If a whole bunch of people haven't just left me over. But please like and subscribe and share. Live TV, folks. I don't know. I'm kind of like, I'm trying to listen to the messages from the universe, and I'm doing my own internal dialogue, because I always listen to the universe, and I'm like, there's some big messages out there. You know, this is. But anyway, I'll share my thoughts at some other point. Lena, thanks so much. You're a trooper. Lady G, Sheila. Thanks so much for trying.
We'll see you soon, guys.
We'll see you soon. And next week, Lena, next week.
Okay.
It's going to be you, Sheila, and Sulab Jain. I don't know if you know Sulab Jain. He's a chariot palmistry. Fellow Aussie. You're going to be in the same time zone.
Oh,
hopefully.
Bro.
Yeah.
Oh, this is the bro. Okay. All right, guys.
Leave it there, folks. See you soon. Big love and bye-bye for now. All right, cheers. Like and subscribe. Bye-bye.